from Super30 to IIT, then IM, and Y Combinator.
During engineering, I realized that I did like engineering. At MBA, I realized that I didn't want to do a corporate job. I liked marketing the most, and that's why I started Mailmodo.
What clicked you to start the Mailmodo?
I realized that email has been there since the beginning of internet, but nothing has changed. And thought that for a marketer, it would be much better if those experiences, the interact like web experiences, can be done within the email.
How did you get your first 100 users?
We also started publishing the results. Our very first customer, Razorpay, they got 257% increase in conversion.
How did you crack the Y Combinator and Sequoia?
They prioritized these things, and we got rejected.
Kind of checklist they should have.
One thing that I feel commonly is that
So before ChatGPT era, they used to focus everything was dependent on SEO.
SEO is not dead, I would say.
What do you think about the agents?
It would be very interesting to see what happens in that case, because there will be zero traffic going to all of these websites in that case. So the monetization model as well as the user experience would change.
How much we will be depending on the email marketing once the agents will work will run in production. Hi Aquib, welcome to RS Podcasts. And today is the 60th episode of RS Podcasts. And your story, I was going through your profile, it's insane. From Super30 to IIT, then IM, and Y Combinator. Can you walk us through your journey?
Thank you, Aquib, for having me on this podcast. Lovely setup here. There's not much to tell, but for a brief introduction, I come from here. I grew up in a small village and then Patna for a few years. My parents always wanted me to go for good education, and that's why I prepared hard and got into JEE. I studied my BTech at IIT Isandhanbad, and then I went to IIM level. And during engineering, I realized that I did like engineering, like most of the engineers in India. So I wanted to get into business and analytics. So that was the reason I went for MBA. At MBA, I realized that I didn't want to do a corporate job. I wanted to start something of my own in few years. So that's why I started working at startups. So my first job was a very simple founder office kind of role where I learned a lot of things, and my profile got bent into marketing. I liked marketing the most there. And then subsequent jobs were all marketing. I worked at Cardico, then I led marketing at ClearTax, and then I also consulted a lot of startups in marketing. So because of my experience and background, I thought that I would be best fit to start something into marketing SaaS, and that's why I started Mailmodo.
How you started Mailmodo? When did you started it, and what's the journey? What clicked you to start the Mailmodo?
Yeah, so like it called, I was looking to start something into marketing SaaS, and I was exploring various ideas. At that time, there was something, a new technology called AMD for email came, which made it possible to bring web-like interactive images in email. So I realized that email has been there since the beginning of internet, but nothing has changed. And it is still the text, images, and links. And when the user receives the email, they have to open it and click it. Then go to the website, log in, and do several other steps to complete an action. As a user, I always found that experience very frictionful, and thought that for a marketer, it would be much better if those experiences, the interact like web experiences, can be done within the email. So that's where the Mailmodo idea came, to start or to enable marketers to create interactive emails. So that's how the idea came, and slowly we built a full marketing automation platform, and now we are building the first AI email marketing agents as well.
Okay. So how did you get your first 100 users, and what was your strategy for that?
Yeah, so it was a lot of hit and run. At that time, it was like I was not very clear like how to get customers. So first of all, I reached out to my like network and friends of friends, people I knew from previous work experiences, etc. That like most people said that, okay, this is an interesting idea, but right now I don't want to try it because our competes and ad policies, etc. So I realized that trust is a very important factor where you like setting something new. Most in most companies, people are paid to have systematic structured solutions. But when a startup pitches them, it is not just about the problem and the solution or the product, but it is also about how much do they can trust this new startup, because if anything goes wrong, it would be their job which would be at the stake. So I started building our brand first. So that was through LinkedIn. We started posting on LinkedIn about what we're building, why we're building, who are using it, what are the benefits they are getting, etc. And that created a lot of curiosity among a lot of other marketers, and they started reaching out to us. And also because we gave a face to our product, like that was my face at that time, people started trusting Mailmodo as a brand. And we also started publishing the results. Like, for example, our very first customer, Razorpay, they got 257% increase in conversion due to having an interactive NPS form within the event. So that kind of stories with brands like Razorpay helped us build the trust in the market, and we started getting customers. Soon after, we also got funding, and that funding got published. So people also started trusting her. Okay, now YC and Sequoia, etc., are trusting Mailmodo and giving their money to Mailmodo. That means that this is a good company, good team, good product, etc. So from there, we started getting a lot of inbound requests. We also did some outbound reaching out to people, marketers at various companies. Initially, it was all India. We got probably most of our initial 100 customers were from India. So through network, through LinkedIn posts, and through outreaches, those were the main channels we started when we started. And my background has been a lot into organic marketing, content, and SEO. So we started building a lot of educational content around email marketing, email deliverability, etc. And they started doing SEO. So slowly we started getting a lot of traffic from SEO, and all the subsequent customers from 100 to 1000 customers were mainly from SEO and content marketing.
I see. Great to hear that.
Yeah.
I would like to understand, how did you crack the Y Combinator and Sequoia?
Sure. So I think it is probably a factor of a lot of things, including the timing, the market, the team, etc. So Y Combinator and Sequoia both are very standard application process. So in Y Combinator, you apply and they have an interview process, and you have to be have a very good story, very good team, and very good clarity on the numbers. So they prioritize these things. And so it was our second time that we applied, and when we got selected, we got rejected on the first time, but in the second time we got selected. And similarly in Sequoia, we had a discussion earlier, but when we got to about 100k ARR, they funded our seed round.
Okay. What do you think, like first time it was rejected and the second time you got the funding? So what you changed, or what strategy do you think?
Yeah, so I think a lot of things, like for example, we got some traction. Our messaging was more clear. Our story was more clear. We had some people in our team as well. So most investors want to minimize their risk. So all of these factors contribute to minimizing the risk, like having some traction, having clarity in messages, or the team building for 6 months itself a trust factor or risk minimization factor. Yeah.
So if some founder is listening to you and he wants to apply for funding, so what message would you like to give to them, or what kind of checklist they should have?
Yeah, so I review a lot of application from other founders who are applying to YC. One thing that I feel commonly is that when we describe our own company, we are not very clear about what we are saying, and a lot of times we assume that something that we already know, the other person who is reviewing the application would also know. So the YC application was reviewed by a lot of YC team as well as the founders. Not all of them would have the same knowledge as a founder would have. So it is very important to have very clear messaging in the application, so that even somebody who doesn't have any expertise or knowledge about your domain, they should be able to understand the application.
So how the Mailmodo, like of the time when you started, there must be the competitors in the market. So how you differentiated yourself from the alternate options available already?
Yeah. So email marketing is very competitive category. There are a lot of players, big players like Mailchimp, SendGrid, Klaviyo, Customer.io, etc. Uh, However, like all these platforms are very legacy platforms. Like everybody is more than 50 to 20 years old companies, and we realize that it is very good going to be difficult to like penetrate in that market, and that's why in the beginning itself we had a very different positioning of interactive emails. So Mailmodo is known for interactive events and not just for a email marketing platform and something that compete with directly with Mailchimp, etc. We do compete with all these platforms, and we do get customers from Mailchimp, ActiveCampaign, and other tools who leave those tools and move to Mailmodo. But people realize Mailmodo is an interactive email solution. We have that differentiated positioning.
Okay, got it. I have gone to the platform. It's really amazing.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So before ChatGPT era, they used to focus everything was dependent on SEO. But now after ChatGPT, everything is changing. So what kind of strategies founders or the marketing team should focus on? What is changing and how do you think that in the next 2-3 years, how it will evolve?
SEO is not dead, I would say. There's still a lot of type of content which can not be just answered by a LLM query. For example, if you are searching for a EMI calculator, ChatGPT or any AI overviews, etc., is not providing that kind of calculator. You will still go to a website, or if you want to do deeper research on certain thing, you will still want to go to, like for example, if you're doing a shopping, etc. So you will still want to go to the website and maybe look at on the photos and reviews everything yourself. I know that is also changing very fast, that a lot of LLM results are giving certain recommendation for shopping or maybe give you calculation of the EMI, etc. But there will be certain things that people would just either do that and they will go. But if there's a huge like higher intent, people are like aren't very serious about buying certain things, they will still go to the website and go through the whole process. I feel that slowly even the websites will change, and it will not be just a lot of clicks and a lot of content, but it will be more prompt based results. So if I'm looking for a shoe, I will today if I go to let's say Amazon or Flipkart, I search for shoe, then I will filter men, size 9 and etc brands etc. I feel that in future what is going to happen is that I would just search for, okay, I'm looking for shoes from good brands, high heels, this side color, etc, and I will frequent by I will get inserts automatically. And so I would say the SEO is not completely dead. Some part of the clicks Google will definitely take away because of the AI overview, but some of the results would still be shown on the end website. Otherwise, website and Google will have to think of different business model, and because if nobody goes to those websites, they will stop indexing their pages as well. Well, Google will not try to do that.
What do you think about the agents? Because now if I've seen the agent mode is already there in the ChatGPT, and if I want to book anything or if I want to do any kind of shopping, whether it is a restaurant or it could be anything from Amazon, so agents are directly going and crawling and doing clicking things. So what do you think in that scenario? What would happen?
Yeah, I have tried some of this, but I wasn't satisfied with the results myself. I think it is still in the early days. It will probably take 1 or 2 years more to do absolutely the end thing, and it would be very interesting to see what happens in that case, because there will be zero traffic going to all of these websites in that case. So the monetization model as well as the user experience would change highly. So I can't predict what would happen. It would depend a lot on the big players in the market. Like for example, if people are able to purchase something from Amazon using agent, uh, Amazon traffic will drop and they earn a lot of money from advertising. So their advertising revenue will drop. So that will, so probably Amazon will protect that kind of experience and they will probably build something of their own.
Okay. So do you think like if we go to agent, why the traffic won't drop, right? Agents are also crawling and just they are doing what
But
in place of human.
yeah, but advertising revenue comes from and human eyeballs. If bot is just going through my website or page, those that traffic is meaningless for advertisers.
Right, correct. So there should be some new ways of advertising will evolve and
Yes, there will be new way of advertising as well as there will be new way of user experience as well. You probably see a very different Amazon.com website. So we probably don't know. None of us know.
how do you see the future? And after 2-3 years, what are all kinds of the change in the marketing strategies or how to be rank up on the it could be website? What kind of vision you have in terms of like what could change and how Mailmodo will contribute in that?
Sure. So two parts to this question. So things are changing very fast even now, and in future, I feel that there will be something very dramatically different from what we have today. But there are few things that we can definitely see. That number one is that the whole user experience, which is today a very tick-based user experience, that is changing very fast to a prompt-based user experience that people just want to command and make things do. So that is changing across category. So if you see in 40, people used to do a lot of coding a year. Now they just put some prompts and there's always human in the loop, but the experience is changing. Same in the customer support, sales with cold outbound emails, etc. In email marketing, that experience has not changed yet, and but we know that in next 6 to 12 months that experience is going to change, because if a human being is going on, let's say, intercom or other website and where they are able to put just a command and things are happening, they would also expect their email marketing tool or the CRM etc. to do the same. So from a Mailmodo point of view, we are launching like the first AI email marketing automation in there, where come to Mailmodo and just provide your website and we will create, the AI will create all your templates, campaigns, journey, automation, everything. You just have to review and say, yes, send it. So that is a kind of experience that we are envisioning, and that is going to happen very soon. We are launching in October. And I feel that we will not be alone. Everybody else in the market will also evolve sooner or later. So that's the kind of experience I feel that everywhere it is going to change everywhere.
Predicting that how much we will be depending on the email marketing once the agents will work like will run in production. What do you think?
So email is more of an information source. Email is still going, is not like if you are signing with ChatGPT, Perplexity or Glor, etc. Everywhere you are signing with email. So email is still going to be the communication channel for P2P as well as B2C businesses to their customers. So email marketing is not going anywhere. The format, the usage, the frequency may change, but it is as a whole it is going to be there.
Okay. There could be an email agent also. It's already there. It's classify the mails and do everything.
Yes. So there would be email agents and probably there are even now itself like something that summarizes all your emails or classifying emails, etc. So the email behavior will change and so the emails will change as well. Today the emails are very long and cluttered, etc. But I feel that those email experiences will change with short information. Quick, for example, if you bought an insurance, they would send you your insurance document. They would send you the status of your insurance claims, etc. They will still use email as a channel, you would still have got to make it to VS. You would still want to have them for reference, but the experience in the email inbox may change.
But my question was more towards the conversion rate. Like how much, the conversion rates of with the email marketing will increase or it will drop or the neutral how it.
It's very difficult to predict that as well.
Yeah.
Like, I, why there would be some emails where we'll just probably see the summary and discard. There will be some email which becomes important and we'll still see it. So it would be very important to have the emails relevant for the user. If it is not relevant, the conversion will not be there. But if it is relevant, let's say I was giving an example of insurance, which is important for me, then the conversion would be high. Is the email is about a webinar or an event or a podcast, which is very dear to me, I just want to message, then the conversion will be there. If it's about a order that or the sale that I'm looking forward to, like for example, I'm looking for a Black Friday deal, then I will probably not miss the email. So the important thing would be that the marketers send very relevant and personalized email, and AI will help there as well. So today, the way people send emails, they send it in masses to, let's say, thousands or sometimes millions of users. They send the same email. But with AI, it will be possible to have a very different email for Aquibur and very different email from Rocky. Because, for example, if I like black color and you like white color, you probably would have like a suggestion for white merchandise, and I would have the suggestion for black merchandise. And it has not been that possible right now, but with the advent of AI, it would be very much possible to make each and every email relevant and personalized to each and every user. And then the conversion would be better.
Interesting. Got it. And can you share about any kind of your biggest client success story? We would say they got the higher conversion with the Mailmodo, something like that.
So there are several actually, and a lot of our customers use Mailmodo in a lot of different ways. In some cases, we didn't even know that this use case could be possible. So we started with, I gave example of Razorpay. They add this MKS requirement. They used to send a simple email with a button which opens a type form link, and people used to go there to fill the survey. They used to provide the email ID again in that survey. So when we changed it, they got more than 3x conversion. They got
What exactly changed to?
So we brought the whole
One survey in the email
within the email itself, and because of that, people open emails on their mobile phone generally when they are busy in a meeting or when they are eating, etc. And they could see that, okay, I just have to press 9 or 10 or 1, and then there are a few more questions they could answer within the email itself without going anywhere. So the conversion went quite high. The another company which does a lot of webinars, and what they did was earlier they used to send the users from email to webinar registration form where the user again have to enter all the details. So they didn't used to see good registration. From there, from registration, they even saw much lesser attendance ratio. So what they did with Mailmodo was they first brought the registration form within the email, and it was like one-click registration, and they got like, I think, more than 350% increase in registration rate. And then once the registration used to happen, they sent an email with the add to calendar link, and upon clicking the add to calendar without going anywhere, the event was added in their calendar of the user. So the attendance rate also increased from there. So that was like, I feel that very good use case that a lot of different companies can use. Apart from that, people use it for surveys, profile update, calculators, games, quizzes. So one good example would be there's a influencer finance with Sharon. They send a lot of emails. What they do very interesting is that they send a quiz within the email where you would get prizes after answering the questions, but they don't announce the winner in the same email. They announce the winner in the next email, which make it in like all the users intrigued when the next email has run. So they not only increase the engagement, but they also increase the open rate of the next email. So those are some of the use cases that comes to my mind right now. So
Okay. I also saw that you are also having the in the campaigns when you run, it is also having the option like to take the follow for was a like most of the industries are stuck with the follow kind of things. So it showed that how many mails are really open, not open. So which are not open, you can like there could be different things. Which people breach people who already open, so they are more likely interested in that particular service and not open, then follow-ups can be taken again and again. So banking and the other industries it could be very useful.
yeah, that's true. Like people generally don't consider like one email as one email very seriously, but if there's a sequence of 3 to 4 EVs, the results are much better.
And as a SaaS founder, so what kind of GTM strategy and formulate strategies as a founder I should think about when putting my money or spend money on the marketing?
Yeah, so I think a lot of things are changing in marketing right now. However, the fundamentals of marketing is gonna remain same. So I feel that at very fundamental level, people need to understand who their audience is, and we be very specific about it. And they need to understand what their problems, this audience problem is, and if they educate, then add value to those problems, not just through the product, but also to the content, what they are posting on social media, their founder brand, everything. That is gonna be important even now, because people are still looking to solve problems, people still have problems and they are seeking solution. And if there is a brand which solve those problems in different ways, the attention gravity for them and the trust for them becomes important. So first of all, it is important to understand the audience. Second is we all lack attention right now, and we as a users, we are all bombarded with a lot of content everywhere. So as a marketer, it becomes very important to how to grab that attention. So it could be creative messaging, it could be something funny, humorous, or something very innovative or new. But marketers would need to keep trying something new and not just replicating what other people are doing. So if I say something, do this, most probably it will not work because everybody else is doing as well. Third very important thing that I feel is building the trust. As I get mentioned in the beginning as well, I realized that most people don't want to buy a product from a startup because they don't trust the people behind it. They don't trust the product. They don't know whether it was worth or not. So building trust in different ways is important. That can be built by a building founder-led brand, sharing thought leadership information, or being vulnerable about your problems, or having being endorsed from celebrities or influencers or thought leaders, etc. as well. So building trust is probably the third most important factor here.
Got it. And what helped you the most on Mailmodo?
So at Mailmodo, like I mentioned in the beginning, we started with various channels. We tried different things. Our content and SEO became our most important channel. We are seeing that SEO traffic is declining. So we are still experimenting a lot of new things. Like now we are working with AI influencers and working on improving our impressions and traffic from LLMs. So these two things we are working heavily on. Apart from that, since the beginning, we have focused on building founder-led brand. Now we are expanding into employees as well, that they are also posting thought leadership content over social media, and from there people are seeing Mailmodo frequently and they are coming to Mailmodo.
Okay. What message you would like to give to all the founders that are listening to you? Why they should use the Mailmodo and how they can explore the website or how they can contact you for considering if they have any doubts?
Definitely. So everybody should use Mailmodo, because if they are sending email, they should use Mailmodo because it is very simple to use. It gives better results and conversion. And with our AI email marketing agent, it will be like 5 minutes job to set up full email marketing campaign. So I would advise everybody to use Mailmodo. For reaching me, you can reach to me at aquib@mailmodo.com, AQUIB@mailmodo.com.
Okay. Let's move to rapid fire round.
Sure.
So if Mailmodo disappeared tomorrow, what's one gap in the email marketing world that would suddenly hurt the most?
Or the email will become very boring.
Okay. Would you bet your own money on AI replacing human marketers in the next 5 years, or will AI always need human creativity on top of it?
AI will replace most of the things that humans do today. So yes, I would bet my money. 100%.
What's the boldest marketing opinion you hold that 90% of founders would disagree?
That you need a marketer from day one, irrespective of whatever business you're doing. I think most founders delay their marketing hiring to quite late, and they hire sales people first.
If YC hadn't backed you, how would Mailmodo's journey look different today?
I think it will not different much. I think what YC provided is money, network, and recognition. But YC is not alone. There are a lot of other VCs, investors, programs which provide the same thing. YC definitely is one of the best, but I don't think that would impact Mailmodo's journey in AI.
Okay. What's the one question founders should ask before spending a rupee on marketing, but almost they never do?
I think the most important that is the messaging clear. Most of marketers and founders just spend a lot of money on advertising, etc. But the majority of the messaging is not clear itself. So there's always a lot of wrong audience that comes to your website and product, which results in negative marketing and the waste of money. So I would say one question that everybody should ask is messaging clear, and they should test it.
Okay. I think we had a great conversation. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much for hosting.